My name is Mark Keltenbach. This video introduces the Photo2Read software I recently put for download. For this demo, I'm using this folder of a few JPEG images. To get started, I can click and drag and release the folder over the icon, or I can just double-click the application icon. This opens a main window, the file menu of which contains an Open Directory command. When clicked, I have a dialog enabling me to choose the folder of images. I click the OK button and we see the first image, which says that Photo2Read is software to transform a folder of photos into an eBook. You see, we often face the problem of having some paper documents we want to take with us in digital form. However, we do not have the time or resources to scan the document, to put it in, say, PDF form or some other format, maybe even OCR. This takes too much time and worries. A solution that is expeditive but quite good enough for basic use is to take photos of the document. Take care of getting the photo with a good focus and possibly setting your camera to macro mode. You obtain then a folder of photos taken in sequence for your document that is on your computer, and you are ready to use it as an ebook using Photo2Read. I am going to present now just Photo2Read as an image viewer. Another video following this one will deal with the book reading aspect of Photo2Read, how to deal with column, with page indices, how to view the global set of documents, how to put bookmarks, and so on. A scholarly kind of work. Right here, let's just look at the enjoyment of images. The first thing that comes to mind is how do you move from image to image. Here I have the possibility of pressing the right arrow key or the left arrow keys on the keyboard to move to the next or to the previous picture. But you see, this forces me to take my hand from the mouse to the keyboard, which is annoyance. I think it will be much better to have just to click anywhere on the picture to go to the next image. I did that. Now if I want to go to the previous image, I hold the shift key down and click, and this takes me to the previous image. You see, you do not have to have your attention concentrated on clicking on a tiny button somewhere on your screen, and this does not distract you from looking at your image. Okay, so this is movement. Let's look at the image format. This software, Photo2Read, allows 4 default viewing formats for images. The first one takes the image fitted to the size of your screen. Okay. The second one is showing you the true size of the image. So for this, to get into that mode, I press the keyboard key Z. This takes me, and then in this mode, you can see the full image, all the parts of the image, just by moving your mouse across the screen. In a way, the screen is used as a trackpad. Let's show you the small panning indicator at the bottom right of the screen. Let's freeze our image by pressing the F key. Now you see I can move the mouse without moving the image, and I show you this red rectangle that represents the true size and position of the image with respect to the screen that is in blue. Okay, if I press the F key again, this releases the image. Now let's look at the third mode. Well, maybe I could show something else here. If you use the wheel on the mouse, you can zoom in and zoom out. You are no longer getting the true size of the image, and you may risk the problem of pixelation. To get back to the true mode, you may click twice on the Z key. Okay, this takes you back to the true size mode. Let's look at a third mode of viewing images. Let's look at this picture. You see that we have some space here and there that is not used. So let's look at a mode that adjusts the image to make full use of the screen. If I press the keyboard key A for adjust, you now see that I can see the full image just by moving the mouse horizontally. No need of a two-side movement. If the picture had a different aspect ratio, it may be that to see the full image, I would have to scroll the mouse up or down. Okay. Now, let's look at some other feature, which is that of a slideshow. If I press the S key on the keyboard, I get a slideshow mode. The photos are shown, each one with a duration that is predetermined, as you will see. What is interesting in this slideshow, it is adapted to moving around documents. This means that if I press a couple of keys, the slideshow is reversed, as I am doing right now. You see, I'm reversing the slideshow. Okay. Another feature of the slideshow is that if I press the down arrow key, this accelerates the slideshow by half a second, and if I press the up arrow key, this slows down for each press the slideshow by half a second. So you see, I can get the browsing and flipping of pages adjusted a little bit like I would flip the page of a book. Let's now look at some interesting feature of Photo2Read, which is the help for the keyboard. You can see that Photo2Read is very much keyboard oriented, and remembering the key is important. The key is important. So to do that, you press the H key and you get here the list of keys. Usually for a particular task you may need to know only 2 or 3 keys, but here is a full list. If you look at the short description of a key with a cursor over it, you get the detail on the left. Another feature of the keyboard is that you can exchange letters to configure the keyboard to your liking. This does not change the description of keys in the help though, so you may want to reset the keys. Okay. Another feature of the software is that you have some default starting preferences. Say you may want to have the cursor invisible, you may want to have some icon, you'll see later on in the second part, some aspect of display showing or not showing. You may want to have the way the image is fitted to the screen, predefined. Another feature of the software is that if you press the X key, you loop through the different modes of preferences here. You can, if you press X key, you may go to the next one, and to the next one, and to the first one, and so on. This set of preferences here is asking you what do you want to have when you quit the software with a folder of images. Do you want to keep your bookmarks? Do you want to keep your indexing? Do you want to keep your icons, and so on? Okay, and right here you have the time delay default for the slideshow. So to terminate the help, you can just press the H key or click on that button. Here I am pressing the H key. Okay, to quit the software, you could click the Q key on the keyboard, or what you can do is press the escape key to get the menu bar at the top to show, and here you have basically all the commands that were used using the keyboard. Here I am going to click on the exit Q to get out. So this terminates this first part of the demonstration of Photo2Read. The second part deals with the book reading aspects. So I thank you very much for your attention, and I say goodbye for now.